following show contains adult content. It's not our intent to offend anyone, but we want to inform you that if you are a child under the age of 18 or get offended easily, this next show may not be for you. The content, opinions, and subject matter of these shows are solely the choice of your show hosts and their guests, and not those of the Entertainment Network or any affiliated stations. Any comments or inquiries should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for listening.
Sitting down and designing, where every man in a thinking, what are we gonna be wearing? Yo, I'm a Liverpool MC, you can't trust me, big up the girls inside the party. Let's get down to crazy Jimmy, big up myself and known as Alfie, the one and only, the Turkish MC.
Always love the clothes of Jimmy.
Bitch, I'm your wanna be, Jimmy Star's new celebrity.
We'll take you out to Jimmy Star's. He'll dress.
Hello. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, bringing you the good times in music, fashion, pop culture, and entertainment. We're going to have a lot of fun today. We'll say hi to everybody in the chat room in a second. First, let's say hi to our cool, outrageous man about town co-host, Mr. Ron Russell.
Hi, Jimmy Star. Was that right? Was that said with enough love and enthusiasm?
Yes.
Hi, Jimmy Star.
We also...
It is so nice to be here.
You almost sound drunk.
Well, that's it. Come on.
So say hi to... we want to give it...
Hi.
I know. We want to give a shout out because Dawn's not able to come with us today. She's having like neck surgery and she's not here.
Dawn.
But we want to wish her all the best in everything that's going on with her. So Dawn, we wish you the best.
Well, you got to stop necking.
Yeah.
You know, you're necking in cars. You're bent all over the place when the guy is working on you and you sprained your neck and now you need a neck job. While they're doing that, you know, they could do a little cut here and there and pull. If they pull the neck, you won't have any crow's neck when you get old. I guess. I don't know. I just said that. I'm choking on Gatorade.
We have a chat room full of people. What's up? We want to say hi. First of all, B. Claudia from Germany is here. Hello, B.
B.
Teresa Sabin.
Wait, B. Claudia. They never stay away. Trust me, they come back. B. Claudia is very sad because her son is off on his own, and I think he's moving to another country. And B is very
He's working.
Sad.
He's very successful.
But you know, B, they never stay away. They're like bad pennies. They always come back.
That's right.
But I don't care because, like I wrote on Facebook, my door is always open to my daughters. God forbid they ever need to come home. Their beds are waiting.
So we want to give some other shout outs. We got a lot of people in the chat room. What's up? Cindy Lady Lake is in the chat room.
Hey,
Angela Joseph is in the chat room.
Angie,
we want to thank
baby.
both of you guys for putting out the links everywhere for everybody to join us. We appreciate
thank you
it
so much, Angie, baby, for putting out.
Yes. Boomer Mays is in the chat room. Also, Angela's two sons, Ryan and Robert, are in the chat room. They just had a birthday not too long ago.
Happy
Boomer Maid.
birthday. How are you guys? You still playing that crazy game, Sticks?
Oh, we love. I went out and bought that after we played
had
that.
Such fun at your house playing Sticks. Remember, guys? It was.
I don't
fun.
think that's the name of it. I think it's called something else.
I care what it's
Where you
called.
pull the sticks away. You have to add the sticks until they fall down.
I'm going to make a show out of Sticks. Come
Hey,
on.
Casey Plott is with us. What's up, Casey? Love him. He's fabulous, you guys. He's from the Scene Snobs.
Right.
And it went by so fast. Boomer Mays is in there. Who did I miss? I don't want to miss anybody.
It's loaded. Everybody.
Oh, Jenga. It's called Jenga.
Who cares?
It's
What
the
it's
game.
called? I'm not going to listen. They're not paying us. I'm not giving them a commercial. I'm saying Sticks.
They love your shirt.
Thank you so much. I do too. Screw the game. You know, when they give me money for pushing their crap, I'll use their
We
name.
bought Jenga, though, after we went there with you guys.
We bought Sticks.
Oh, it says Dawn is here. So, Dawn, hello. Oh, if Dawn is here, hey.
Dawn.
Oh, she says she can only be here for a minute. So show her your watch because you wore a
honey,
different watch
I'm
today.
wearing the same color as my shirt, a beautiful electric blue or with yellow, like my shirt matches perfectly, and it's a 40 wristwatch. You know, we have so many of them.
And they said they love your hair.
We bought them in all different colors.
49.
I love my hair too. You know, I put a different wig on today. Now they're all going to think it's a wig. Nah, it's really my own hair. People, you know, I once was at a party and some woman came over to me. She said, I've got to tell you, have the most gorgeous hair. And then she proceeded to run her fingers through it to feel if there was a meshing or a net, that it was either a toupee or a wig. And I just looked at her and I said, bitch, it's all mine. And she started to laugh. I wanted to grab her pubic area and put my fingers through that and say, you have a snatch patch to match, woman, right? How dirty those young boys
Oh,
are.
snatch patch.
Oh, Angie baby's sons are in the room. I shouldn't talk dirty because those boys are going to get horny now. When you talk about snatch patches.
You're wearing a piece. Yeah, that's funny.
No, I'm not wearing a piece. This is, trust me, guys, this is all, oops, I don't want to disturb my coiffure, but this is all me. Every bit. My father had all his hair. My mother had all her hair. My daughter Deirdre has my hair. My sister has a head of hair. And my daughter Leslie has more like her mom's head of hair. Fine blonde hair. But we Italians, we have hair.
I have hair too. Mine's kind of like starting to thin a little on the top.
Well, you're just becoming a very bald old man.
Yes, I'm becoming old.
I have stayed a very young beauty.
You are a young beauty.
Of course I'm a beauty.
They all love you in the chat room. And you guys...
I'm so goddamn handsome. But you know what really kills me is my modesty. I'm so shy, and I'm not narcissistic or vain. I'm really not. I wake up looking like this. And remember those Rita Hayworth movies? Did you love it? When Rita Hayworth would wake up in bed with lip gloss and eyelashes and all that makeup. That was Hollywood then. Today, you see the movie stars on a toilet bowl wiping their asses, which is appalling. I've seen a few of those now. There's a couple of movies out with.
One of them had who's the redhead we like so much?
I love her.
Julianne Moore, a
And
movie.
Not only did she wipe her butt, but she had the audacity to look at the toilet paper and then throw it in the toilet bowl. And I just thought, if they ever asked me to do that in a film, I would leave. I mean, they could fire me. I wouldn't care. I don't want people to know that. There's certain things that are just taboo. And a toilet is a very private place.
And there's like several movies that do that now, which is so trashy.
I know that. But your toilet, your bathroom is your privacy time. I don't believe in exposing anything with the door open and people walking in and out. I'm very, very toilet shy. Excuse my throat. What's with that Gatorade? The Gatorade is making me choky.
So I want to tell everybody. So first of all, you guys, last night we were on because we're running out of shit to watch on TV at night because
So now we watch each other get erections.
Yeah. But anyway, last night we watched a movie and I was a little hesitant. I didn't really want to watch it. And Ron's like, "You'll like this movie. It's a really good movie."
Please.
And the name of the movie was Frances, and it's about Frances Farmer, the actress who.
And my sweetheart, who I love and adore. And if she came on our show, I probably would have a nervous breakdown and a heart attack. It's Jessica Lange. My God, Jessica Lange lost the Academy Award to Katharine Hepburn. Katharine Hepburn did that stupid
on
movie,
Golden Pond.
Right, where she's like an old crow chicken. No big deal. We've always seen Katharine Hepburn. Jessica Lange gave us a performance that was out of this world. She deserved the Oscar and didn't get it.
I think, though, all you guys, if you have Amazon Prime, you should really look at it. It's called Frances. It's a 1982 movie. Jessica Lange. It's a phenomenal movie about basically how everybody makes her go crazy.
Beautifully filmed, a great script, and Jessica worked her butt off. She really put all her energy into her performance. Her performance is absolutely one of the best performances I have ever seen in a movie in all of my 69 years of critiquing movies.
Yeah, it's really, really good. Also, I don't know if we said hi to artist Miss Kim, if Miss Kim is in the chat room. So if we didn't say hi, I'm sorry. It was going by too fast. So welcome. We're glad everybody sees it.
Miss Kim wants to do a nude of me.
B. Claudia is saying that it has Jessica Lange. Yeah, it's really good, you guys. Oh, Lady Lake says she knows the movie. Everybody's loves those old movies. It's a really good movie.
They're not old movies, may I remind you. Lauren Bacall, Humphrey Bogart's wife, said to me, "Ron, a movie is only old after you've seen it." And I get really pissed off when people call them old movies. Movies are never old. They're like art. Do you say the Mona Lisa is an old painting? No,
yeah.
That's because you're from Florida. If you were born and raised in New York City and you went to the Met and all the great museums, you would learn to appreciate art. But in Florida, what have they got? The Orange Grove Museum?
We have a lot of museums.
We have the oranges and lemons.
We have the Flagler Museum on Palm Beach.
I've been to the Flagler Museum, and Sue Wong's house beats it by a mile. Yeah. I mean, you go to Sue Wong's house is a trip and a treat. Not the flag. Florida absolutely is lacking culture. All Florida has is Boca Country Club and a bunch of Jewish broads playing mahjong.
We want to say hi to Cambria Carpenter has joined us, and Casey Plot's just like putting jokes in there, all but they're going so fast I can't actually get to all of them. They're going too fast. But he says it's not old, it's gilded. I don't even know what that means.
No. A film.
He's
is
joking.
A film is. I know. I'm going to smack him. But a film is history. And I'll get very titsy when I talk about this. A film is history.
Titsy?
Titsy. Yeah. Like you never heard that expression, titsy?
No.
Like your nipples get hard and you get titsy. So I don't have those kind of nipples. I'm not a woman. But anyway.
Oh, Teresa says she loves Florida.
I love Florida too. The Sunshine Boca Beach Club and all the old Jews playing mahjong.
Oh, Backpack John's with us too.
I sit there with all the Yenta broads, the Yakna sisters, and I play mahjong with all my Jewish friends.
Boomer says he's been reading all about Egyptian art all week. You like that?
Oh, I adore that. I was an Egyptian once. I built the pyramids, you know. I was the master who designed the building of the pyramids, and I had all of those slaves in my employ.
Slaves?
Who do you think built the pyramids? Slaves.
Oh, because you were an Egyptian 8 million years ago.
Nubian slaves from Nubia built the pyramids.
I know, but you better correct that because like people are going to think like you're serious.
I wasn't there. I mean, history. I was there, but what could I do when I was there? This is thousands of years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I couldn't walk around with a Biden flag. He wasn't even thought of yet. So people had slaves. And then the Jews became slaves, and the Jews were slaves for everybody. And then the Romans had the Catholics as slaves. You know, slaves are not only black people. Slaves have been in the history of our world. There's always the very rich that enslaved the poor.
Even now, even though you don't know it.
Well, you know what? Listen to me. These people they're bringing in from Latin American countries. What do you think they're bringing them in for? They're bringing them in because they need people to clean and do and have the crappy jobs. The people, the Latin Americans that came here 30 years ago are educated. They made money on real estate and business, and they're all very sophisticated Mexicans and Hispanic people. Now they need servants, so they are bringing in the uneducated, probably.
We just brought them in.
You know, very, very.
They just spent $86 million on hotel rooms for all of them.
Those people are coming from a country
anyway
where they don't even have glass in their windows. We drove through Mexico, and we saw curtains blowing out of the house because there weren't any windows on the house. And the house didn't even have stucco. The house still had the black tar paper on the walls of the outer house. There's poverty in Mexico that is disgraceful. But the truth of the matter is Mexico is one of the richest countries in gold and silver and all kinds of uranium, all kinds of crap in the ground. If the government of Mexico would stop manufacturing drugs and start manufacturing their resources, Mexico will be probably one of the richest countries in the world, and those poor immigrants won't have to leave their families and their homes to come to this country to be abused by the people who don't like cleaning their own toilets.
So Cindy Lady Lake, because they're talking about Easter now in the chat room too.
Easter, I love Easter.
She said she's old fashioned, so they do linens in China and crystal and something else because it went by so fast I couldn't see it all.
I have my big ceramic bunnies out, my Easter eggs out.
We want to see pictures, Cindy, when you put them on social media.
I'm going to make Easter baskets for my daughters. You know, my daughters are
Easter's coming up like in another week.
My daughters are single. They're not married. So I was thinking instead of putting in chocolate, which is fattening, I like put a dildo in each Easter basket. Well, they're single women. You know, they get lonely. Hello.
That's hilarious. We're going to bring on our guest. So let's hopefully we can hear everything that's going on. Hopefully she's ready for this.
There she is.
Hey, up. We got to hit your voice. There we go. Hey.
How are you?
So good. How are you? Oh my gosh, you look fabulous.
I'm excited because of what you guys were just talking about. It's like, and dildo. Here's Stacy.
well, you know what? Seriously, on
toy. I mean, come on.
Well, wait, Stacy. On television, there's this redheaded broad who is doing a commercial, and all she shows is dildos. And this one rings
on YouTube. On YouTube.
No, on TV. I watch it at night, 3 o'clock in the morning. She's pushing dildos. And this one has a U. One part vibrates your clit, the other one vibrates your hole. I mean, she really is very, very, vivid about her
And
dildos.
Stacy's last name is Toy.
Toy dildo. Stacy Toy. You know what? You'd be a superstar in a minute. If you were
I
Stacy
know.
Toy dildo.
Well, I always, when I work with people when I'm producing, they're like, I Googled you, and I'm like, hold on, because they're like a pastor or a priest in a different country.
Toy.
I'm like, you gotta, which Stacy Toys did you look at? So,
You're a very beautiful girl. People tell you that.
well, thank you. I appreciate that.
No, you really are. You're very beautiful. I like
You
your
love
bones.
hair.
Wait,
You love hair.
No, I love your bones.
Well, thank you.
No, you have wonderful bones, cheekbones,
Structure.
and chin. I love a face with a pointy chin and high cheekbones. It's called a heart-shaped face. I knew Elizabeth Taylor well, so I worked for her. But Elizabeth Taylor had the perfect heart-shaped face, like you. Same shape, high cheekbones, pointy chin.
So hang on.
Wait, shut the fuck up for a minute. You will never age because skin that hangs over bones doesn't look old. It's the flat pancake faces. They grow old.
Thank you. I pride myself on like my neck because I don't have any of the lines
Love
and
it.
it's all natural. And I'm almost 40, so
Well, you're a freaking.
I have to tell you
you're
real
a
quick
baby.
that
I'm 80.
that
Wanna
our
come
resident UK perv just showed up. His name is Dave Hughes, and he wrote, "Oh my God, she's a stunner." And he only shows up whenever we advertise that there's pretty women coming on. If we have like guys come on, he comes in and he stays for like 2 minutes, and then he like
Well,
leaves.
do me a favor because we have been disappointing Dave now for months. Could you kindly expose a little cleavage
Oh, yeah.
to the camera? Just a bit. Oh, pull the top down. Now, Dave, are you happy? No. Dave comes quickly. So he's done. Dave has done it.
Dad's name.
He's done already. Oh well, hopefully Dad's not
Wait.
listening.
Dave is done already. He left.
You're welcome, Dave.
He's
You're
laughing.
welcome.
So
Make it
everybody,
easy,
hold on.
Dave.
We gotta do a formal intro. We gotta do a formal intro.
Oh,
All right,
I love
everybody.
her already. I don't need to intro.
Now we want to welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, the incredibly talented and gorgeous Stacy Toy. Hello and welcome to the show.
Hi, Stacey.
So this is our cool, outrageous man about town co-host, Mr. Ron Russell.
She knows me already.
Oh, I love you already.
I love you too. You're a hot number. You're a fast girl, quick and funny.
So then
Now,
we have
wait.
We have a
I'm
chat
gonna
room.
talk a little bit.
We
then
have a
you
chat
can
room.
have
No,
it.
we have a chat room full of people. Lots of countries represented. So just say hi to everybody
Every
in the chat
country in
room.
the world.
Hey, chat room. I love your countries. I can't wait to get back to all of them soon to travel. I really.
Yay!
Over 5 million people will be watching this video.
No,
So there you go. Oh, I'm not bullshitting.
And they're all
you.
like loving.
No,
She
it's-
knows.
it's-
She knows.
It's true.
She
I mean,
knows.
I don't know how this crappy show got so popular. No, tell you the truth. If I were watching it, and who those old jerk, that old queen especially, that 80-year-old nut job, he's so stupid. What the fuck is he doing there? He doesn't even remember his own name. I would critique it, and I'd say, and the boy next to him must be really crazy to be married to that old goat.
Yeah. So okay, so you can ask her something, and then I want to like.
I
talk
want
with
to
her
find
some.
out. You have a boyfriend?
no, not officially, but I'm talking to someone.
Are you a marrying kind or just a party girl?
No, she's a
I'm-
mankind.
I'm widowed, so I guess I killed my first husband.
Oh, that's terrible.
Do you know who Jane Russell is, the famous movie star?
Yes. Mhm.
Jane Russell was my buddy, like my sister. We were dearest of friends. And one day I said to her, Jane, your first husband died, your second husband died of a heart attack, and your third husband died of a heart attack. Do you think they all died because you fucked them to death? And I thought she was going to either smack me or get insulted. We were driving in my car, by the way, when I said that. Well, she went hysterical, and her answer was, I hope so.
I hope so. That's a good way to go out. I don't care, So
Jane had a wonderful sense of humor. She was a dry, funny sense of humor gal. But she liked a dirty joke every now and then. If it was in good taste. If it's funny. If it's crude and vulgar and come on, nah.
Well,
So-
just tell me when there's nobody listening, so you can't judge me if I laugh.
Yeah.
But seriously, now, if you were in a singles bar, sitting at the bar, and I was a gorgeous young man with a great body and a very bulgy crotch, and I came up to you.
He has
and
all those things.
Shut up. And I came up.
Word for it.
Right, I came up and I said, I've been looking at you from across the room, and eye candy you're more than. Can I buy you a drink? And perhaps later you can go back to my place and look at my paintings. What would you say to me?
Well, I'd say buy me a drink and let's talk, and then we'll see. Because I mean, I get myself into some serious situations sometimes. I've been very, very good at getting myself out of them too. So
That's good.
Now, what would you say if a handsome guy walked up to you and said, "Oh, by the way, do you put out?"
No, that's when I kept the last husband. And then if they were like laugh, I go Google me. I come up in an obituary, and the looks on their faces are just like you can see it in their eyes.
My daughter Deirdre is an actress, and she's gorgeous. She's a beautiful blue-eyed redhead, and she went on a date with this guy who seemed really nice, handsome, very nice car, beautifully dressed. And they're sitting at the cocktail bar, and she had on strappy shoes. And he looked down and he said, "I can't wait to lick your toes." So she looked at him. She said, "Oh, is that what you do to your mother?" And then she got up and she walked out.
That's good. I'm going to have to, because people have said that to me before too. In fact, I'm on, it's this weird like Wikipedia site for feet for famous people. And if you look up Marilyn Gigliotti from Clerks, my feed is on with her feed on that feedometer thing.
Oh
It's
my God,
really
that's
great.
hilarious.
We know her.
Yeah, we know her
Yes,
really well. We
She's
do.
a roommate. When I go out to LA, I stay there. That's where I stay.
Yeah,
She's fabulous.
She's very close with us.
Yes, we love her.
Yeah, we
Another
love her.
person we have to do a shout out to is
Eileen Dietz.
Eileen Dietz. Yes. Because
That's my girl.
she wrote that she was coming on the show, and Eileen Dietz wrote, "Oh my God, I'm good friends with them." And so let's give on three. Let's say, "Hey, Eileen," and that way she'll come back and listen to it. All right,
Yeah,
1, 2, 3. Hey, Eileen.
Have we ever had Eileen on?
Yes, we have.
I know I met her years ago at a book signing
We met her at the
when she was doing something for.
No, we met her at the movie.
No, the first time we met her, she was doing.
I knew her
pictures.
already.
I never met her. Fuck you. She was doing books. She was doing books and
At the film
pictures
festival for
for
what's her
that
face.
movie with the vomiting the green.
I know, but she was at the
Exorcist.
The
What was
Exorcist.
it?
The Exorcist.
Exorcist.
But we
right.
met her at a film festival in New York.
I know Eileen well now. I've met her a couple of times.
What do you mean? Every time we go someplace,
No,
she's
we
there.
we made out in the basement of a movie studio.
Yeah.
Oh, she's a hottie. She's a
I
hottie.
love her. I always go out to her house because, I tell her she used to terrorize me as a child in that film because I was always afraid of The Exorcist. So I'm like, I go to your house to terrorize you now. So,
No.
there, bring her
I-
some good weed butter and we always have fun.
So I have a question.
I nicknamed Eileen Motorbox.
Yes.
I have a question. Have you ever been on the scene? Have
She's
you ever,
only your friend. I'm only kidding, Eileen. Hey, Eileen, I think we're going to be in a movie soon together.
Have you ever been on the Scene Snobs? Do you know the Scene Snobs? Mick Manhattan and Casey Plott.
Yes, I was there last night.
That's right. I saw that. I'm so idiot. That's what I saw that. Okay, so because they're in the chat room, say hi. Casey's in the chat room. There you go.
Hey guys, how you doing? You guys were awesome.
Yeah, them
So
and
now,
the
are you a scream queen also, or
No.
just an actress?
No, I'm
No.
not an actress. I'm behind the scenes.
she's a producer.
Are you a producer?
So hang on, let me
Oh,
brag.
wait
I want to
minute,
brag
wait
a
minute.
little.
I want to push my fucking movie. Shut up. You're a producer. How nice. Let's talk. I
All
have.
right.
I
Well,
wrote a
hold on,
beautiful.
I want to hear him brag about me first. I'm sorry, I'm still part woman, so please continue.
No. He could brag about you all night long. And now that I know you're a producer, we'll kiss your ass royally.
Right.
Trust me. Go, Jimmy, go.
So
Kiss,
first,
kiss.
so here's some things that I didn't know, you guys. I look Stacy up, and we've known of each other, and we've talked a couple of times, but we didn't really know each other till recently. And she's a host, co-host on Fan Room Live. We're going to talk about. She's got 2 shows coming up for that in a minute. But not only is she like smoking hot, you guys, she's like a genius. She has a master's degree in journalism. She went to school. She studied at Oxford. She's a member of the Oxford Entrepreneur Society, which is like the biggest entrepreneur society in Europe. She's also worked in just under 50 countries, filming, broadcasting, and providing media. She actually worked 11 years in the broadcasting industry. She went to Elizabethtown College, which is that the same place that the movie was made about, Elizabethtown?
No, that's a different place. Kirsten wasn't
because
there.
his daughter's in that movie. Okay.
That's awesome.
So not only is she like gorgeous, but she's like a brainiac, and behind the scenes, she gets shit done, which is
You know what? That's dangerous. To be that accomplished and that geniusly smart, men don't like it.
I know it's called BDE, big dick energy. They hate it.
Exactly. I hope you know how to play a little femme fatale, kind of like, because if you come off with your knowledge, the guy's going to shrink.
I know, but it's hard because sometimes I'm like, you can't be that fucking stupid either. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you know what? Come on, give me a break. I know so many straight guys that are really good looking.
and stupid.
And not stupid. They're just it's like their penis. You know what I mean? If their penis is hard because a girl is stupid, the minute she opens her mouth and is intelligent, their penis goes back to being 1 inch, and that upsets them. So I know that men think with their cocks. They don't think with their brains. I'm a man. I know what I'm talking about. If I see a gorgeous young guy and he's flirting with me, I flirt back. Jimmy don't like it, but I mean, I don't do anything, but I flirt back. But the minute I let them know who I am and what I do, they're gone. They don't flirt, even in the gay world.
Yeah, I'm okay with that though. I really honestly am. I've been like, after losing my husband 10 years ago, you know, my kids were 6 and 4 at the time. So now they're 16 and 14 and, you know, driving and all of that. So I'm getting kind of back in the scene, if you will. I mean, don't go crazy, everybody. Cause like, I'm not like, you know, I'm not on Tinder. I'm not one of those people. I know I can get a man, you know, organically, and so that's what I've been trying to do slowly, because again, you know, it's been about 10 years since my husband's gone, and I haven't dated really at all. So
they all love it.
I raised both my daughters alone, and my hat's off to you raising your children, because I know what it's like having a career and being the single parent. It's only remarkably strong, wonderful people can do that.
Well,
and still have a career. And still have a fabulous career.
My ex-wife, the bitch is dead, ran away from her children, didn't see them for 30-something years, and then died. So she never even saw her kids before she croaked. Yeah, she's a real piece of work. And it was different. And tell me how difficult it was for you.
It was, I mean, granted, I love my family, my parents, and I have twin brothers, and everybody was really helpful. And they made sure that I was continuing to move forward with what would make me happy, because they didn't want to see me get, you know, caught up or stuck. And so the thing is with me too, I tell everybody, I have 2 boys that, you know, when I tell them to go face the corner and shut up, they have to listen to me. And like, I didn't need a third. And I found that a lot of people just like to hang on your coattails. And they want, you know, a girl that'll just take care of them and pay for everything. And, you know, I'm one of these people who wants somebody who's kind of like on the same level that can support each other and, like, you know,
absolutely
help you. And, you know, I'm that kind of person. So that's
100%. I
agree with that.
Just to add something, our resident per said, for Fook's sake, get on Tinder.
No. It was a hard college, okay? I know. I've done that world, okay? Like, I'm nice girl now.
I have to tell you, why they haven't arrested Dave by now, I'll never know.
He's married.
I know he's married, but he's the biggest tit man perv I know. Sadie Katz comes on, or Sarah French, or Sherry Davis, or Lauren, or Sherry
Nelson.
Sherry
Nelson's in the chat room, by the way. Say hi.
And hi, Sherry.
Sherry. Hi, Sherry.
And Dave doesn't recuperate for a month. No, really, the man is insane. He loves women that are beautiful with chests, big boobs. And he's married. So I want to ask him one day, does your wife think of, will you whack off when your wife goes to bed and you're on the computer and you're looking at these girls' movies? Because, you know, these girls are in movies where they're sexy.
Angela Joseph says that's why she stays single too.
Oh, no, that's not true. I heard Angie Baby has a little boyfriend.
She's working on it.
No, I heard.
Aren't we all?
I can't say who, because she made me swear to God I wouldn't tell who. But she's got her eye on some guy.
And he's famous.
And he's got his eye on her cleavage. So I think that they may get together. Oh, so, Angie Baby's got his huge rack.
So where in the Poconos kind of do you live? You know, we lived in Doylestown, Pennsylvania for 5 years.
Nice, yes.
Right before we moved here.
Right out here behind me, if you could see it, is the Courthouse Square in Scranton. So like
I-
Dunder Mifflin, The Office, like that's it right here. That's it.
That's so
I
cool.
know exactly where you are.
Mhm.
I love it up there in the summer, but in the winter you freeze the Bialys. I mean,
Oh yeah,
it's
of
really
course,
cold.
of course. But it's about time we started getting some recognition here outside of the office with Joe Biden, Hillary Clinton, and then right out here outside the window, there's like cremation remains of Jason Miller, from the priest from The Exorcist. And Paul Sorvino did like a sculpture, and it's like right here in Courthouse Square too. So
Oh, we had him on our show, Paul
Yeah.
Sorvino.
In fact,
oh, nice. Yeah,
I'll be-
he kind of screwed this town pretty good, and everybody could Google that. But
No,
Yeah.
I'll be talking to Paul in the coming weeks for a role in my movie.
Nice.
Yeah. So what did he do to the town? He screwed the town?
well, they made a deal with the commissioners to do this movie called Trouble with Cali, and you can they did film it here and they did everything here, but essentially it took money from the taxpayers, which was like $500,000, and they were supposed to have big plans of building studios here and for the county to get money back so that the taxes could be lowered, and instead nobody got anything, and so everybody.
Ah,
But that's not Paul's fault. It's the production people.
I mean, there's a lot of stuff that went through it, I know, but I just felt bad because Paul was the face of it and he was in town and he was constantly pushing it. And it was so exciting to have somebody like that in a town like this, because we're all taught that we have to leave here in order to go do something, like go to Los Angeles, you have to go to Atlanta, you have to go to New York, you can't stay here. So that's been my goal too, is to bring more things here so people have the opportunity. And so that's what I was really excited about with Paul. And I'm still friends with some of the commissioners that worked with him, even though they ended up in prison and are still on house arrest. Like I said, you can Google it. It's not like I'm just, but I genuinely hope that, everything kind of works out, because I know that that film is still out there, and I'm hoping for it to be released. So.
good for you.
Well, I know that Paul Sorvino is a regular Joe. I mean, from what I know of him and his background, I think if he were to rob, he would rob multi-millions from the very rich.
Yeah, you would think, right?
I don't think he would do anything to the production company. I don't know the story, but knowing the man's character, he likes the hardworking people because he came from a poor Italian family.
Mm-hmm. And Mira was in the film as well. There
Right.
was quite a few people that were in the film. If you you could go on YouTube, the trailer's up. It's called Trouble with Cali, CALI.
Did you produce it?
No, I didn't. I was still working for the news station here, WNEP, and so we covered everything that he was a part of when he was in town. He always gave us sound bites, and so I don't know him personally, but I just know that we covered all of his stuff when he was in town, and he was in town for at least a year and a half, and doing well
Really?
for the area. So yeah, on and off, it was great. It was really cool to have Hollywood in Scranton.
Well, he's a nice. I find he's a right. Don't we like him? He's a nice.
Yeah, he was
guy.
nice. He was on the
Well,
show. He's nice. We
He's
saw
a
him at a convention.
regular fella.
He also told us though that he knew that he was on our show about 7 or 8 years ago.
Mhm.
So he said that like he was because he had a farm in Pennsylvania, and he said he was going back to LA because
With no work,
because he couldn't get work living there.
out of sight, out of mind.
But I
which
think
is
that
true.
8 years ago things have changed so much with streaming and the way everything is. I think you can be basically anywhere and you can do stuff nowadays.
Agreed. Absolutely. I mean, and people like to come here. I know we're going to be filming a couple of things in the coming months up here, as opposed to out in LA or down in Atlanta, because you don't have to worry about, even IATSE being within a 150-mile radius of a main city. And just with everything going on, you don't have to worry about permits here. And we still have tons of film tax credits that people can utilize. And so, I mean, we have a production warehouse here that's about 14,000 square feet, and we're trying to build up a bunch of stuff here. So fingers
I
crossed.
love it. We love it there. We love it there.
Well, the town that we love, and I don't remember the name, is where we met the guy in the diner who's your friend. What was the name of that town? It's in New York State. It's beautiful. I don't want to give it away.
It's where the Black Bear Film Festival is.
Yeah.
And it's also got a lot of gay and lesbian people that
it's
live
a
there.
fabulous town.
And
it's so beautiful.
Oh
Oh.
shit!
I want to go. My son is gay, and like I sat on the board for gay days down in Orlando. I don't know if you've ever been down to that.
No, we went there because the gay days was during one magical weekend, and we covered it for them.
Yes,
So
that's
yes,
awesome. I was
We-
on the board and picking the Miss Gay Days, you know, the drag queen for the year and stuff. So I did that for a few years. I love that environment. Like that makes me so happy. Like, so wherever this town is, you let me know because I need to go.
I have to think of the name. It's got a wonderful. In fact, you know, we're staying in California, but we're also looking out in the Hamptons or around the Hamptons for a second home because I'm a New Yorker. I'm not a Californian. I've lived in California most of my life, but I really want to be a New Yorker again. California is just not for me. Climate, this stinks here. So we will be going up there for their film.
Milford, Pennsylvania.
You know what? That's only like 15 minutes away from me. I know.
I love it. I
That's
love
not like.
Milford.
We almost bought a house there.
Yeah.
Oh, we could be neighbors.
No, the real estate was reasonable and the house was lovely. The house was like maybe 350, which is unheard of in LA. 350, you can't get a toilet. You know, a dump, an ugly piece of shit that was built in 1926, a 700 square foot house, $1.3 million. They're out of their friggin' minds here. First of all, I wouldn't live in it for free in the neighborhood it's in. All the homeless are 2 feet away. It's just disgusting what's going on in Los Angeles.
Do you come to LA a lot though, right? Next time you come, we have to come meet you.
Of course, absolutely. Like I said, I stay with Marilyn. But yes, I have business partners out there. They're moving from North Hollywood to Malibu with their recording studio. It's Jamie Jones, lead singer from All for One, and Jack Kugel, who is like a 25-year Sony EMI songwriter, Grammy Award winning, both of them. So they do a lot of stuff for Disney and Netflix and a lot of big stuff.
I know some of the other guys from All for One. As a matter of fact, we had Jeff Timmons on our show a couple of weeks ago, and he and I and some other people are working on trying to put together another movie that stars like all the boy band guys.
Yeah, that would be so awesome. I love it.
So we're kind of like working on that, and it's got some of the people from All for One are going to be in it. Some of the other guys I think are potentially going to be in it. Actually, you maybe like once we get it more like we get it because we're still working on a script, but then like maybe like we'll bring you in to work with us on it because it'd be fun working with all the boy band people.
Oh my god! Yes, I know. Like I was supposed to do a couple of things with a few of the different stuff from like New Kids on the Block to all these other ones. And so like I still have all the connections with it because COVID kind of screwed up a lot of stuff. So it would be, and I'm like, oh man, like I hope that chance didn't like go through the cracks because I grew up in the 90s, like those like all boy bands in 2000s. That was the stuff that like everybody masturbated to. So it's like
I love it.
People.
I have to ask you a question. This is serious stuff now, really important to me. Have you ever done line producing?
Like the budget stuff? I've done some of it, but I usually just delegate that out to other people that I know are way better at it.
Okay. Do you have a couple of names you could give me?
Yes.
Off the air.
Off the air. I need a line producer for my movie.
Yep, absolutely. I just got a budget today from one of the best ones in the industry, and he's amazing. I absolutely can give you one there. I've got a few out in LA. So whatever you need.
Terrific. We need a line producer who's really good, who can get it. I figured the film to be about $3 million, but we don't know. Jimmy said more. I said less. You know,
it depends on how you want to do it.
It's a very, very lot of cast movie.
Yeah, so, that's really fine. I mean, and if you have a script that you just go off of. So.
Yeah, he's got the script, and we haven't put together a team
Lange
yet.
Kazan, she's calling me today or tomorrow to give me her answer if she's going to be the star of the movie. So, she's a friend of mine, and the main character is a Jewish broad from Brooklyn.
Whoops. Sorry. I keep getting all these phone calls.
Actually, we're going to send it to you anyway because you might like that one too. Because like we're really
it's about a Jewish broad, 1943, who's a bookie. Okay. And she's married to a mafia guy. So it's really a dark, funny comedy.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Anything that's at least a little funny, I love. You know,
no, it's very funny.
One line.
There's no like I hate when people bring to me like zombies and you know all of the Dracula, all the horror stuff. I'm just like, oh, not again. Please not again. So that is a very nice and welcoming thing. I'd love to.
No, this is not a horror film. It has people dying in it, but that's normal.
That's okay.
Yeah, but it's not a
funeral, right?
and the actors will not be reading lines; they will be acting, because I wrote it as they did movies years ago, where there's character development, interesting story, and you get involved with the people. Today, as you will agree, most of the scripts are lines read, and you have no idea what the background is of the character, and you couldn't give a shit less if they dropped that in the movie. And that's how I feel when I go to a film today. I say, Jimmy, they wanted us to feel bad for the person, but I don't, because I don't know who they are. So
it works, man. That's great. I love it. I mean, my creativeness is on the business side of stuff. So you just tell me what you want, and then that's when I get creative and I figure out.
Okay, but listen, why do they?
I'm like you.
Can you answer me? Why do they write that way today? Why is it because of budget? I don't understand. I keep asking the question to everyone that's in the business. Why do they write such shallow shit?
I mean, honestly, I know you know a lot of people in the business, okay?
Everybody.
People are freaking weird when they start letting you into their little wormholes of their minds, and some of the stuff that you actually witness or they actually confide in you in, and you're like, whoa, this is the people my parents warned me about type stuff. You know what I mean? So ultimately, it's like their inner subconscious and thoughts of things that, they probably can't do it because it's not okay in the normal world. I mean, it's okay to play out on TV. And look at how many pedophiles get picked up all the time. I mean, geez, can you imagine what goes on in people's minds?
And a lot of these movies that we see, though, because Ron's in a bunch of them, they're just poor.
Well, you know what? Listen.
Hey, you got to make a living.
No. I'm making a living at $200 a day. Give me a break. That's not even costing.
So you're the ultra low budget, huh?
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I do it because I love Angelina Joseph, and I love Joe.
Do you know
Kelly.
Angela Joseph?
Mm-mm.
Okay, she's in the channel. Say hi. By the way, we got to say hi. Jerry Giangelo joined us at Hub Rentals.
And I love Sadie Katz, and I love.
Do you know Sadie?
No, I don't think I do.
Oh, I have some cool people to introduce you to.
I love Felissa. There's so many people that they're kids. They could be my grandchildren, but they treat me with such respect, such admiration, and such love that when they say to me, "Be in my movie," I half of them I do for free. I don't really care. And I'm not getting that out there. I want the $200. It pays for gas. But, well, going from Palm Springs to LA in our car. It costs us like $70, $80. So it's nice if you make a couple of bucks. Yes. But anyway, I do it for the fun of doing it and my friends. But the movie that I have written, I will be the co-star playing the mafia husband, which I play all the time, the mafia anyway. So it's a character.
But we're bringing in other people because we need names. So there'll be other people since he's not a name and everything.
Well, this is right next to the town of the Irishman, home of Buffalino and all these guys.
I love it. I love it.
No, so you'll like the script. Sadie Katz is one of the producers because Sadie is very helpful for me. And Dave rewrote it for me because I didn't know how to work it in that stupid, what was it called?
Final draft.
Oh my God!
I know. I hate that too. That program.
It's a suicide program.
So anyway, all right. So hold on. We're gonna get her the information.
Plug.
Okay, Dave Bailey's awesome. We love him.
Dave Bailey was kind enough to rewrite the whole script and put it in proper text.
Wow!
Thank you again, Dave.
Yeah, we always get a lot of help. It's all fun.
So that's nice. We have a nice gang of people that we're friends with. All the actors and actresses in Hollywood, young people.
Actually, we run in like a half of the same circles. Like half the people that we know, she knows, and the other half she doesn't. And same thing with her. She knows tons of people we don't know. So networking with her is a phenomenal thing because between all of us, we're going to
invite you to some red carpets.
When you're in LA.
When you're in LA.
I know. I'm usually out there for the Grammys. This was I went the last 7 years on the red carpet and all that stuff. And so this was the first year I didn't make it out there. So
yeah, It's terrible, but it's going to get better. All right, so
No Oscar parties this year either.
yeah, it's been terrible.
And we always go to the Oscar parties, and I miss that.
So listen up, guys, because we have like 20 minutes left, and we have to do some serious shit here that we have to talk about.
Go.
So besides being gorgeous, smart, producing every cool shit on the planet, you guys, Stacey Toy is a co-host of Fan Room Live. You can follow her first of all on Instagram, you guys. She's Stacey Toy. She has a Twitter, but like she hasn't tweeted in a couple of years, so just go to Instagram.
Yep, I don't like it.
She's on Instagram, and she's got two big shows coming up. One of them's on Friday night, and one of them's on Sunday afternoon. And so the one on Friday night, it's called Home Run for Hope. It's Fan Room Live. It's actually, I think, might be one of the first ones you guys are doing that actually like are benefiting like children's charities. The Rock Solid Foundation and the pediatric, which does pediatric cancer, and the Children's Hospital of the King's Daughters. It's being hosted by Cedric the Entertainer, and your guests are Chris Taylor from the LA Dodgers, and then there's a special appearance by Alexander Ludwig, who is like one of my favorite actors. Like he's in such cool shit. He's in Vikings, you guys. He's like one of the stars of that TV show Vikings, and he was in the Hunger Games and Midway and Bad Boys for Life. And that's taking place Friday night, March 26th, 7:15 p.m. Pacific time, and you get your tickets at fanroomlive.com. So let's start with that one. Tell us a little bit about it. And are you also going to be a part of hosting it?
Yes, I am. I don't know exactly what part of it I am yet, but I got the, yep, you're going to help co-host. I said, okay, great. But from what I know, there's going to be some musical guests on there, and like big musical guests. So I'm really super excited because instead of going to the Grammys this year, I feel like I'm kind of a little bit a part of co-hosting my own version of the Grammys.
Yay!
Having the LA Dodgers, I mean, they have the cool. I'm not a sports person, but they have the coolest hats. So I've always gotten the Dodgers hats because they always match my outfits, and like I love them. You know, and then of course my boss is Cedric the Entertainer, Mr. the Entertainer, as I like to refer to him as. And it's just, I don't know, like and Alexander Ludwig. I mean, I don't know. This is just a cool full circle moment for me, and I'm excited to be a part of it. But the thing I love most is raising money for charity. You know, I've built houses and schools and all that stuff in Haiti, just using documentaries to raise money, and I've done it in other various third world countries and over in the UK with the homeless. So anything that I can do to, you know, incorporate cool people and make a really cool event and do something that, you know, helps other people ultimately is just like a win-win-win-win. And to me, all boats rise with the tide. So like, why not do stuff like that?
Also,
you so remind me of Lara Spencer, ABC Good Morning News. She grew up in my house. She's my daughter's best friend.
Oh my God, that's so cool.
And you sound like her and you speak just like her. If I close my eyes, I think you're Lara Spencer. And that's quite a compliment.
Thank you so much.
So you guys too, if you guys
do you know Lara?
No, I don't. I just know who she is.
You guys remember last week we had Jay Benjamin on. He's also a co-host of Fan Room Live, and so they work together. And his show did phenomenal, by the way. I think we're at like 4.5 million plays in only a week.
I know. He's so freaking cool too. Like, you know, you get thrown into these situations. I literally met him on Zoom right before we did our first one with Jake the Snake Roberts. And so we only had like, you know, we went on about a half an hour early just to, you know, get some camaraderie and stuff. And it was just instantly like, oh my God, we're like best friends. So
that's so funny.
I love him. I've been talking to him about some other stuff, you know, on other projects. And he's been such a huge help to me. And he's been a huge consultant because he's got so much knowledge about a lot of stuff.
A lot of knowledge.
I mean, and that's the best part is the entire team is like, you know, we just kind of fit together.
And Jeff, we should say hi to Jeff. Hey,
yes,
Jeff.
Gross. He's the man who put it all together. He messaged me on LinkedIn like a year or so ago, and we had a phone call, and we're just like, you know, let's figure out a way to help each other because we were both just sitting around with COVID, not doing anything. And it's like, well, all right, I don't know who you are, and I don't know who you are, but hey, let's help each other out and figure it out. And the rest is history, and here we are. So we started working together. I started helping getting guests for Fan Room, and then ultimately now I'm the co-host, and co-executive producer. So
I love it.
Now,
congratulations.
What could we do to help you to make some money right now? Is there something that you want to tell our watchers or viewers that can help you make a buck?
What do you mean make a buck? Like, I'm not on OnlyFans or anything.
What'd you say?
He doesn't know what that is. He doesn't know
Oh,
what that is. She's not. She said, "I'm not on OnlyFans." That's like a Facebook type site, except for that's where everybody goes to like take
No,
their
I mean,
clothes
is there
off.
like a project that you want people to send money to, or donation for an organization?
No, she wants you to get these tickets for Fan Room Live.
Yes,
Yeah, well, I don't know anything about it.
Well,
How
we've
much-
been talking about it for 20 minutes.
I know that, but
You just stay there looking beautiful.
No, wait. There are plenty of old bags like me that don't get it. How much are these friggin' tickets, and
They're
where do I
different.
get them?
You go to fanroomlive.com. Tell
Let
her.
her tell me. She's the boss.
Yes, no, there's different tiers of different things, because there's like VIP tickets where you can, speak to people personally for a lot longer, and after.
Oh, I know. This is where our friend Sean Kanan was on there.
Yeah, that's how it.
Oh.
Yes, Sean Kanan was on there.
Yeah,
Yes,
I know that. I know what you're talking. But how much is it? We have.
they're
to
all
know.
different every time.
Yes.
It's different.
What's the cheapest ticket if I'm on Social Security?
Well, sometimes, again, it depends on each event. Sometimes we do have $10 spectator ones where you don't get to personally interact with the celebrity, but you can still watch and be a part of the event, because it's not something that's out there that's live for everyone else to see during that moment. And then they have other ones that are like $30 or $50. But again, it all depends on the person, because if we get somebody like Sylvester Stallone or something like that, tickets.
How about when you had Morgan Fairchild?
Yes, Morgan Fairchild was wonderful. And she sent me a message and said that it was so great to work with me and I did an amazing job. And to me, like, women like her inspire me, because she's not only done so much, but she's sustained herself and she's still an amazing human being. And so, like, I love.
Oh my god! And
She's
she
still
looks so
she's still
gorgeous still.
gorgeous. Oh my
I know,
God.
I even said that. I'm like, I hope to
Oh.
God I look like you.
I think she got more beautiful now with age than when she was
Mhm.
young. She's-
Absolutely.
I was flipped.
And they had Leland Sklar on. You
Oh,
were
I
there for
love
Leland
Leland.
Sklar.
Yes, I asked him the question. I'm like, listen, I just got to know, what does it feel like when you're on stage with Phil Collins and he does that doo 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 doo?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, and he even said he was getting goosebumps just thinking about it.
I
I'm like,
love
can-
Phil Collins.
We love Leland. He's one of our special
and we love
friends.
Phil Collins too.
And Phil
Mhm.
Collins. But
Oh.
Leland's, he's one of our special friends.
So hold on, we gotta go. So you guys, so Fan Room Live has the home run for Hope One, hosted by Cedric the Entertainer, with the LA Dodgers Chris Taylor, and a special appearance by Alexander Ludwig. And then on Sunday, for all you wrestling fans, Sunday, March 28th, 4 p.m. Eastern time, they have AEW star Paul White, and he's like one of the biggest guys, probably like on the planet. He's like 7 feet something like tall. He's awesome. Like I don't follow wrestling, so until I found out about this, I didn't know anything about him. But since then, I've researched him. He's like super cool. He's great on Twitter and his social media. He has millions of people following him everywhere. And I noticed too, like you made a movie with wrestlers, didn't you?
Yes, I did. In fact, one of them will be in making a special appearance during Paul White's thing, which is WWE superstar Gene Snitsky, who starred in my very first film, 100 Acres of Hell, now available on Amazon and Vudu, iTunes, Google Play, and about 30 other platforms. But yes, and we worked with Samu Anawahi and Afa Anawahi Jr. from the Head Shrinkers. They sold out Madison Square Garden in the 80s. They were like one of the first tag teams. They're The Rock's cousins, Yokozuma's relatives, the Samoan dynasty, Rikishi, Black Pearl, all of these guys. They're amazing. Everybody has been so wonderful in wrestling. And I used to watch it a little bit as a kid, and then I just getting back into it and actually getting to know them. And these guys have been so supportive of me and my children, especially, after losing my husband. Like Gene Snitsky is always making, because my sons are big wrestling fans. He's always making sure that they're special and bringing them backstage and getting special tickets. And I mean, we go, and when we were filming, we would stay over at his house and stuff just with his wife. And, I mean, the fact that when he's sick and they'll make videos and send them to my kids and stuff. I mean, that stuff was, that's awesome. They're better than
Absolutely.
friends I've known my whole life. And I'm like, WWE superstars are cooler than you guys.
I think it's super cool. Like I never really followed wrestling a little bit, when I was younger, but I used to go to conventions all the time. So I've met a bunch of wrestlers.
We know the one that we love. What's her name? Whatever happened to her? We have to look her up again. The big, tall lesbian who I love. You know who I mean. She's a wrestler, actress. She had the gorgeous airline stewardess for a wife.
Dot Marie Jones.
Dot Marie Jones. Oh, how
Dot
I
Marie
love
Jones.
her.
Dot Marie. No, she wasn't a wrestler. She was like a MMA, like a one of those like warrior people. Do you know who Dot Marie Jones is? She was Coach Beast in Glee.
She is the nicest gal in the world.
Oh, she's so
I'm
fabulous.
crazy about her. And, she's a real butch.
She's a gladiator. She was in the Gladiators TV show. She was like an American gladiator.
She's like 6 foot tall. She's built like a man. So she's in the airport, and walking by her is this gorgeous, feminine, blonde airline stewardess. And she has the balls to hit on the stewardess. Well, the stewardess was gay, and now they've been together for years. So romance is everywhere, folks. You just got to know how to do it.
So let's go back, though, you guys. So you got to go to fanroomlive.com to get your tickets for both events. And then they have new events coming up all the time. They do several events a month. When you go to them, you get to see Stacy. You get to see Jay Benjamin. Sherry Nelson helps host some of them once in a while.
You love Sherry, I do.
Sherry's a fabulous. We love her. She's in the town now.
She's
hot. Like you guys are like the hot sisters.
I keep telling her to jump the border and come here. Screw waiting to get in. Now Biden's letting everybody in, so he should let her in too.
Come on in. Come to Scranton. It's his hometown, man. You can't lose here.
That's so funny.
If she came in, she could be a citizen now because all our borders are down.
I think they're in Canada. They're not letting you do it till April 21st or something, maybe like that.
Then Sherry will be.
So also, I have another brag thing for you though. So like you made a documentary in Haiti. And I read it really quick, so like you can make any corrections, but you made a cool documentary to raise money, and I read something like it raised like $2 million like in the first 20 minutes that it was released or something.
It was the most amazing thing. My cousin and someone who I look up to, he's a Academy Award winning producer director, Robert May. He did Kids for Cash and Errol Morris's Fog of War, which was the one that he was up with. He won the Academy Award for, and he asked me to go down there, and it was me and him and 3 other people that were in the crew, and we went out. And I like to, I like to actually walk in people's shoes. So I wanted to go into, Port-au-Prince and City of Soleil and see like the poverty firsthand. I was with all the orphans and the kids, and we used the kids ultimately to tell the story because we thought it would be the best way. I mean, they were able to go into a restaurant for the first time, and they got to swim in a pool for the first time because we let them into the resort we were staying at. And we did have security, and but it was just, I like to see things firsthand, and I want to be a part of it. And I'm not afraid of that. I've been in news forever. So that's kind of what it is. I've seen everything go wrong at least once, and I just try not to make stupid decisions and go in stupid places. But
I've been there. I've been to Port-au-Prince.
I just like the rivers with all of the bottles and everything. It's just unbelievable. Like you can't even describe it. You have to see it like firsthand. But it was really great to do that. We were there for like 2 weeks. We put out this documentary just to raise money so that we could help build up this orphanage and build the schools and make it more secure and have self-sustaining agriculture, all this kind of stuff. And when we put it out within the first 20 minutes, it raised over $2 million. And so they got everything they wanted on this 14-acre secure facility with, I still keep in touch with them with the iPads because they have internet and can FaceTime. And they got that within less than a year after we filmed there. And it's still being used for marketing purposes and stuff. And so we're hoping to go back and do an update because they are expanding now more, but all of the kids, like I said, I still keep in touch with them, and they'll FaceTime me with the translator and stuff. And so, that's been 5 years, and it's really exciting to be.
Well, they want to know the name of the documentary.
It's called Open Arms Haiti.
Open Arms Haiti, you guys.
I firmly believe if you do good, you'll get good luck.
Yes, I agree.
And you will have very good luck in your life, good health and good luck. Good people are rewarded. Bad people think they're rewarded temporarily, but in the end, they get screwed.
Agreed.
And I think it's really cool that you're doing like the Hollywood thing, and you're also doing the helpful thing, and you're a mom. You really have your shit together. Like it's very difficult to do all that.
I was a drug addict back.
I'm very impressed by you, and I hope we can maybe work together. And I know a lot of important people, and a lot of people don't impress me, by the way. I don't impress easily, but you've impressed.
Yeah, he's right about that.
No, it's true. Well, I'm a Brooklyn guy. In Brooklyn, we're taught check every corner. You know, we're smart. We're street smart. I learned in the street, the phonies and the bullshit artists. And I sort of have a good idea of who I want to gravitate towards. And I think I'd like to work with you.
That's the best way to ask me out ever. Yes, Ron, I will go out with you.
No.
So you guys, listen up. First of all,
you could push my wheelchair. I'll give you my cane.
you guys, Stacy's on Instagram. You want to follow her? It's Stacy Toy, and you got to remember, Stacy is Stacey.
Right.
So it's Stacy. That's another thing that makes her stand out from everybody else.
You are a delight. You are an inspirational.
And
delight.
go to Fan Room Live
So
and
sweet.
get your tickets for everything, and look at all the things. And she's got a movie now. It's on Amazon Prime right now, right? 100 Acres of Hell.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a horror movie, though, right?
Yep, that's my first movie, and that's why I said I don't want to do that kind of stuff no more.
Is it blood and guts? Because I won't watch it I don't watch the movies I'm in. I'm in a movie now next week or the week after. I got to work. And Joe Castro, the monster maker, said, Ron, I intend to cover you from head to toe in blood.
Ooh.
And I said, oh, no, you don't, because it stains my hair pink. So now I have a problem. You know, that shitty blood.
Oh.
So now I'm going to be covered from head to toe in blood. God only knows what they're going to do to me in this film.
I'm getting my face shot off.
Yeah, Jimmy gets his face machine gunned
Oh.
off. I can't wait to see that.
I love horror movies, and
I
I
just like them.
I have to tell you,
intensely.
I've produced a zillion horror movies. I love them, but I've started working on, $1 to $5 million bigger budget films, and none of them. One of them's horror, but it's not really a regular kind of horror movie, and the other ones are all like action or family. Like I'm branching out, like you, to do bigger, better things, and I don't want to get pigeonholed as the horror producer.
Yeah, that's my
Either.
big thing.
Right. I like being in them because they're fun, but I never watch them because I think they're stupid.
Yes, but they do have the cult followings, and I adore it.
Are
I
you
really
kidding? Hey, Stacy, they're the #1 money maker.
Yeah,
I know.
horror movies always
Horror
make money.
films make more money than friggin' Gone with the Wind did.
I
mean,
know.
really.
It does. So I guess who's the stupid one here going, I don't want to be in that industry.
Well, look at me, how I talk about them, and yet I'm in them all the time. I have about 6 or 7 more to do. And I said to Jimmy, that's why I want to do the film I'm writing, and I'm in 3 of Jimmy's films, which are not horror. I said, because, I was never a horror actor. I made a film with Sophia Loren, Tab Hunter. I mean, 100 years ago. I'm old Hollywood. I did television. And now I'm thrown as an old man into this crazy monster world that I don't get. But, they did it to Joan Crawford, Betty Davis, all the great movie stars. When their career was over, they wound up in horror movies. Not that my career is over, listeners, but
it's just begun. No, and like if there's a great opportunity, I'm not going to turn it down just because it's a horror film. So it's not like I'm completely shutting myself out. It's just I'm not going to push myself in the indie world with that kind of stuff because you call in a lot of favors and then you have to give a lot of favors back. And it's like, my chips are getting bigger and I'm watching how I cash them in anymore.
Oh, I understand that 100%.
2 films that I loved and adored: Psycho, Hitchcock Psycho. Stop it. Hitchcock Psycho, and now he blew my Astro, so a little 7-pound warrior. And The Night of the Living Dead, the original black and white. Those two films I liked. The rest are fun. Kids like that stuff.
I love all of them, but
Jimmy.
I even like the crappy ones just because if somebody I know is in them,
You should see Jimmy's office.
my
It's
office
full
is
of
filled of monsters. For my
birthday.
birthday, he bought me an 8-foot Krampus.
Oh, wow. That was cool looking though. Cause I mean, that stuff, like the macabre, I think is really neat. Like,
His room is filled.
I have a werewolf that's like 7
aliens
feet. I
and
have an alien. I have
they all move.
Yeah, they all move. I have killer clowns, and I have
they
I have
scare
I have Jason. I have Jason from Friday the 13th, and you plug him in, and he makes the noise, and he swings the machete.
Nice.
And I collect action figures of everybody who's ever been on the show. So anybody who comes on the show who has an action figure, I get, and we've had hundreds of people with their own action figures.
Before I met Jimmy, I was doing plays in New York, off Broadway and stuff like that, some television, and I never dreamed in a million years that I would be interested. You're smoking?
Yeah.
I'm gonna kill you.
That's bad for you. Don't
when
vape.
I see you, I'm going to kill you. Don't you dare smoke.
It's not good for you.
That shit makes popcorn on your lungs. God forbid, you're a young, beautiful girl.
Sorry.
You want to be a wrinkled old bitch when you get to be my age? Oh, I hate to bullshit you, but I like you a lot. I like you, so I'm going to stick my neck out. Please don't smoke.
Okay.
No, have willpower.
I'm sorry.
It's so bad for you. You're such a nice girl. Why do you want to smoke?
CBD. I have Lyme's disease. I'd said or opioids, and I'm off opioids for 18 years. I'm clean.
Good for you. Good for
Yeah,
you.
well, you could go
I'm
up,
sorry. It's my medicine.
you know what? Roll up a piece of paper and make believe it's a cigarette.
Okay.
And just puff. I mean, I really like you. I want you to be
gummies.
healthy.
I'll take gummies instead.
She wants you to live. He wants you to be around forever.
No, I love her. She's a
I'll
nice.
take gummies.
She's a very nice girl who's a wonderful mother. Okay, she raised her kids, and for that she should be healthy and see their grandchildren and her great grandchildren.
How about your kids? Like, do they like what you do, and do they have any aspirations to like be in movies or anything?
Yes, they do. I let them come with me on set. So when I was filming everything, and I've done a few commercials for like Toyota for the Super Bowl and for like the Korean Olympic Games. And so I've put the boys in there either as extras or the one specific one. I know he won a few American Advertising Awards across the United States for Toyota, but my son, my youngest son, was the star of that one and I just let him go with the director, and I left the room and I said, you just need to listen to what he says, and he did everything. And so they're starting to help me a little bit more as like a little assistance, because I'm like, if I'm building this company, if they want to be a part of it, then I'd rather them learn it from the ground up too, so that they understand it. They can get out of it if they hate it, and that's fine too. I'm not forcing it. But if we're going to build it, let's build it together, and they enjoy it. They have fun. So they get to try.
I love that.
Now,
I think that's awesome.
Does your gay son have a friend, a lover, or a husband? Or
He's
something?
only 16.
Oh,
He's only
16.
Yes. So
Well, I was 16 and I was going out with 5 guys at the same time.
Yeah, you were a
sweet
whore.
Jesus, come on. I don't like, he's my baby. Okay. No,
Yeah,
he's very
the
headstrong, you know, he's a good kid. He's got good fashion, loves the 80s and 90s clothes.
Oh, cool.
Well, wait a minute. I'm going to pass some advice to you. Take this from an old bag. Teach your son that a relationship is far better than being a single gay. A single gay goes from man to man, winds up with nothing.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm with Jimmy 10 years. I was with somebody else for 64 years.
No, 42.
46 years or some shit. And I believe in a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
I think my gay friends that have run from guy to guy to guy to guy, today they're all drunks or unhappy men with nothing. So teach your son that there is a wonderful home life for gay men. Gay men can be married and have a beautiful home and dogs and swimming pool. I mean, we have a lovely life.
Of course, absolutely.
And that's what you want for your son. You don't want him to be a whore.
No. And I honestly, it's weird because he actually talks to me about everything and not other people, which I think is cool to be a mom and to have a 16-year-old son who just only talks to his mother about things.
Yeah, so, that's cool.
That open door is wonderful.
Yes, and so I'm very proud of that. But I mean, that's why I went down and started working with Gay Days, because I wanted to have good influences and people that like I could. Because I mean, I'm from a small country town like up here, but I don't care what anybody else says. And then when I started going down to Gay Days, everybody started becoming more open up here, and like Pride started getting like putting the flags up here and like city. I
love it.
Well, I worked very hard. I don't now because I'm busy, but I worked very hard on gay suicide.
Mm-hmm.
And most boys and girls 13 to 17 commit suicide because they really don't think that they're going to have a good life.
Mm-hmm.
They are punished into thinking they're dirty, bad, and weird. And it's not so.
Bullying.
So I always tell young gay people,
everybody in the chat room
you
loves
can
this.
live just as wonderfully as they do on television. What are my 3 sons? That bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can have a house with a garden, white picket fence.
Mm-hmm.
Just because you're gay doesn't mean you have to be put in the darkness.
No,
it's a beautiful, bright world.
He's wittier than me. I don't know whether to slap him across the face or write it down when he says that.
Write it down. Because to all of you young people out there that are listening, if you're gay and confused, seek help.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to people who can advise you on how to conduct your life. If you plan it well, You can be successful, happy. You can adopt children. There's no reason
Dogs.
why
We have 3 dogs.
There's no reason why you cannot live like a heterosexual if you want to. You know, and that's not necessarily
I just want them to be happy. I just want
happy. Yeah, exactly. Happy.
I don't give a shit what it is. If you want to be a tuna fish, I'll support you to be the best damn tuna fish you want to be. I don't care.
I'm sure that you're an amazing mom. I think people will love it. So
I think it's wonderful that you're raising 2 children and a gay son, and that you have this kind of mentality. I really, I'm starting to respect you more and more as the show goes on.
Thank you.
We have to let her go.
No, really, you're just not a piece of ass for Dave to enjoy.
Sorry, Dave.
All right, you guys. So we've got another guest. We want to thank Stacy.
Hey,
you guys
Stacey.
follow her on Instagram, Stacy Toy, STACEY Toy. Go to fanroomlive.com to get your tickets for Friday and for Sunday and keep abreast. And if you follow her Instagram, you'll know what other shows are coming up, or follow mine. You'll know what other shows are coming up to support and meet your favorite celebrities. And we want to thank you so much for coming on the show. You're fabulous.
And I want to tell you, I fell in gay love with you. You're like my sister. I love you.
All right.
I want to. We have to hang, because I go to clubs, I dance. I mean, I'm no old bag. I'm like a 21-year-old.
Yes,
So we can party on down. When we come to New York, we're going to go up to whatever town he said, and then we're going to see you.
I'm excited. Thank you so much. I love you guys.
And I'll call you tomorrow. All right.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Yay. You guys, wasn't she fabulous?
I'm so excited. We have a new friend. This is how I met Eileen Shapiro.
Yep.
On the show, and I fell in love with Eileen, and now I love this girl. She's really something else. Widow, 2 sons, one's gay, and she has a career.
Oh, you can bring her in. Yeah.
I just saw a pair of tits. Is that? I just saw tits. Oh, that's you. Look, she's got the babies bouncing. For me, she did it. I love her. Yeah. Meanwhile, gorgeous. Am I going to see you in May?
Hang on,
Yes, you are. I'm making the trip to New York, and I'm going to party with you guys. And
I cannot wait.
The Ghost Show, and we're going to have a lot of fun. It'll go viral, I'm sure.
You know, while we're together, we may put a little bit of a haunt on. There's so many things that we know about. Maybe we could sneak into some place and do a quickie. A show.
I love that idea.
Show. Meanwhile, we got to do the introduction bullshit. So
all right, everybody. Now we want to welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, the incredibly talented and gorgeous queen of the paranormal, Kadrosha Ona Carol. Hello and welcome to the show.
Hey.
And we have a chat room
filled today. I thought I'd look really like a librarian, sexy type. With the boobs, of course, Yeah,
well, we love the boobs.
Men don't make passes at girls that wear glasses.
Sure, they do.
Take those glasses off.
You want me to take? I can take them off if you want me to.
Yes, take them off. He wants you to take them off.
And lower the blouse.
There we go. Oh, there we go. Look how gorgeous you guys.
Is she not a piece of ass, folks? Dave Hughes must be. Dave Hughes is like, forget about it. He just broke his dick.
Well, actually, Teresa said though she thought you look good in the glasses, but we have a chat room full of.
That's because she's jealous.
We know. There's a whole ton of people in the chat room, so say hi to everybody in the chat room.
Everybody in the chat room. I don't know how to comment back, so I apologize for that.
Oh no, don't comment back because you got to pay attention.
You know what? You get better look. You got better looking since I met you. What'd you do?
What?
Did you do Botox under that shit?
Oh, no. Look at my frown lines. No, you know what? I have a fear of needles. Some people know that, others don't. I'm really afraid. I did lose some weight. I think that helped. Maybe that's.
How about your hair? Is it lighter and longer?
No, my hair actually started falling out, but now it's looking good.
Because you really look great. You know,
makeup again.
She's 86 years old, and
yes.
She looks good.
I'm good for 86, huh, honey? You want a piece of this? I don't care. I don't care if you're gay. Hey, that's the way it goes.
Meanwhile, I want to tell you, and this is no smoke up your ass or bullshit, but you're one of my favorite people.
You're one of my favorite too.
No, but I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I so enjoyed you the moment I met you in the hamburger joint.
Yeah, it was fun.
Now, I have to ask you a question. Are you and Eileen Shapiro having a tit contest?
Well, she already won. There's no competition when it comes to Eileen. Absolutely not. I mean, she's so huge. I mean,
Yeah, but in the
that's there at the
comic,
ghost hunt, remember?
but wait, in the comic book we're in, the artist made yours bigger than hers.
Really?
Didn't you see that? You got these
I didn't
boulders.
notice. I guess I wasn't looking close enough.
Oh, go look at
No.
go look at your cartoon in the book.
I'm going to have to. I got it in here. I'll take a look at that.
And he made me look 22. So send him my love and give him a kiss for me.
Well,
You guys, you're talking about the Celebrity Ghost Hunters comic book that
It
we're
is
all
such
in.
Fun.
It's so much fun. She's holding it up now.
There it is.
And if you want to get a copy, you can go to queenoftheparanormal.com. She's got them for sale up on her website.
And it's a true story.
And it's a true story.
We went to the Kings Point Insane
Kings
Asylum.
Park.
Kings Park in Kings Park, Long Island.
Right, Insane Asylum.
Yeah,
And
there's my boobs there.
Yeah, now look at Eileen's. Yours are bigger than Eileen's.
Well, she got stuck on the fence. All right, let's find this.
She got stuck
Wait a minute. Anyway,
The fence, her boobs got stuck right on the fence. There they are. There they are, up in the corner here. Yeah, they're big.
This is a true story, folks.
Zoomed in on mine. That's what that was all about.
No, Casey, tell them it's a true story. We didn't make that up.
Yes, it's a true story. We all went to Kings Park. We had to climb in a window on the second
cyclone fence
tree to get to the window to get in. And we had permission, but the woman never showed up to open the door. So we had to climb in, and we did this paranormal investigation. It was live. Eileen did get stuck on the fence.
Her tits on one side, and she was on the other.
Ron found a blue hole in the wall. All this stuff is real, and we just had such a fun time.
Wait, Eileen is caught on the 6-foot-high chain link fence by her boobs.
And you were hanging there humping it.
No, wait a minute. I was doubled over on my knees on the floor screaming. I thought I was going to pee myself. All she kept saying was, you fuck, help me. Ron, help me. You son of a bitch. Stop laughing. You fuck, help me. So I couldn't help her to push her tits over the other side of the fence. But anyway, KC, the artist didn't write that in. But that was a fun.
Well, we were just doing a trial balloon with this, so we had to kind of stick to what was up there live, and then modify it a bit so it would fit in the different panels and make the 12 pages. If we were fun, then we could have added a heck of a lot more.
Now we were walking through this place. The room that freaked us all out was the lobotomy room.
Oh, that was something.
We heard voices crying, and then Casey had cuts on her chest.
That was a different room.
Another room. She had cuts on her chest.
Yeah, the thing with the cuts on the chest is they didn't stay red; they turned jet black, and it smelled like it just smelled. It was just bizarre. The whole place had such energy, and then we were down where they had the people were like shackled. Shackled to the ceiling. This is before Thorazine, and this is even before they did the suck your brains out through your nose lobotomy. And it was just all before that, and people would suffer on a full moon, and they would have to contain them down in this area and hook, lock them up with chains, chain them to the bed, chain them places. It was scary.
Okay, tell our audience about when we got in the car to leave, and we're driving through.
No, that was on the way back.
No, we were leaving. It was acres and acres of nothing but darkness and ruined buildings. And what did we see alongside our car?
Didn't we see a guy?
No, we saw a ghost. In the window.
Yeah, it was
remember?
like a ghost. Yeah, right in the window.
No, I'm talking about when we were in the car driving, that white thing that was running alongside of the car.
Yeah, that's right. That was like a ghost, like running next to us. Hey,
well, while we were in the, and we all saw it, and there were like 5 or 6 of us that saw it at the same time, and we did see an image in an abandoned building in a window, and it was a white grayish figure. So Casey does call in the spirits.
So hang on, we got to stop for a second. So first of all, I need you to say hi. First of all, we want to welcome I think Mick Manhattan has joined us from the Scene Snobs, so we want to
Excellent.
say hey to Mick who joined us, and then also did Goddess just joined us,
Cool.
and we want you to say hi to Angela Joseph, and also her two sons are in the chat room,
And
Ryan and
I have to say a couple words about Angela Joseph. She is producing a movie with me called Scary Paranormal Movie. And it's a movie about events that I have done, I have held, or been like on a ghost hunting thing. And so with a twist. I'm not gonna, no, I'll blow it. I'm just gonna say, so she's doing that and helping me with publicity, and she's also acting in it, and that's what I wanted to say is she's a great person and very, very helpful when it comes to getting the word out.
also say hi to Jerry G. Angelo because he joined us earlier. I think I said hi, but not with everybody. And Angelo works on a bunch of movies. He's great. He's been on our show. He's like a superstar. And then Robert and Ryan are Angela's twin sons, who are in the chat room.
Should we ask Michael?
She has twin sons too. She's got twin daughters.
She's got two sets of twins and then another one.
She's got about 37 children.
She doesn't.
All she does is she walks and drops eggs. I mean, honestly, she can drop out 12, 13 kids in a week.
She has three sons and two daughters, I think, and the two sets of twins and then a single son.
All I know is when I got there, I just for hours kept meeting children.
Yeah, well, that's grandchildren
when I got to Angie's house. I love Angie, baby.
Brandon is the single son.
Right now, listen, I know you know Michael Paré. I met Michael Paré years ago up at Lee Winkler and Perry Winkler's house.
Yes.
Sweetest guy in the world, gorgeous when he was young. Do you think we should have him on the show, Jimmy? Michael Paré?
Oh,
I don't know if we can get in touch with him.
So you said you have a contact number. Call him and tell him that I was Lee Winkler's dearest friend in the world and Perry's, and that we met.
Call Ron Russell right now.
Yeah.
Oh, you did it so fast.
No, he's joking.
I'm gonna.
Actually, the Scene Snob said they had him on a couple of weeks ago. He's a wonderful guy.
Cool.
So, hey, Mick, maybe you can ask him if it's okay to give me his contact information. I think he follows me on Twitter, but I'd love to have him on.
I'd like to reminisce about Lee Winkler and Perry's parties on Sunday up at their house in Charles Place in Beverly Hills. And Michael wasn't married yet. I don't think he was still single. And he was a slight man, but a very handsome fella.
Yeah, he's still very, very handsome.
Yeah.
Always has a line by his table and always very social, never sitting there on his phone, typing away, just always engaging everyone at the different Comic-Cons that we've done together. And
I think he might be in some of Harley's films.
I heard that he lives up at Westlake.
I'm not sure.
Michael lives up Thousand Oaks or Westlake.
Yeah.
So you guys listen too. You can go to queenoftheparanormal.com. Kadrolsha has 3 comic books. One's called The Haunting Tales of Bachelor's Grove. One of them is Kadrolsha Ona Carol, Queen of the Paranormal, and one of them is Celebrity Ghost Hunters.
Yes, and that's a lot of fun. I got a little bit of new news that I can talk about. I'm in a movie called The Realm of the Waterfall. I play Queen Melaine, and it is a story about women warriors that rule these different areas. And I am from the house of Tiberius. I'm a main character, so I got a major role in that. And we're going to start filming that in July of this year in the Canary Islands and in Belgium. That's one of the other locations.
That's a good shoot.
Yeah.
Now, what kind of costume? What kind of costume are you wearing? Like 2 cups?
I don't know.
Well, if you're going to be like a Viking
It looks
killer
pretty
woman,
risque from what I've seen, some of the other girls wearing. So, I think that we're going to be showing some flesh, and
only for Dave.
To be able to have women that are going to rule and change society. That's the major key feature of it.
Good.
Yeah, so I'm excited, and producer is Kevin Cornwell-Kalum, and he's from Ubiquity Films. So.
Well, now Dave will buy the film before anybody.
Yeah. Well, it's not just a film; it's an actual TV series.
Okay, good.
There you go.
Yeah, so we're filming the pilot for that in July.
I noticed
Good.
on your IMDb you have a film called Attack of the Killer Chickens. Is that something that's coming out?
Well, I hope so. That's Genevieve Rossi. She's the producer of that, and
I know her somehow. Maybe I know her through you.
probably. And we filmed it. Well, I did my parts on location at Chiller Theater, and I guess it just, like with the pandemic, we all have to kind of push things aside and wait. And wait again.
Wait, and
We know everybody in it because Lloyd Kaufman is in it. When he was one of our very first horror movie guests back in the year when we first started. David Naughton, you guys, that's the Dr. Pepper guy, American Werewolf in London. Brendan Fletcher, I don't know who he is, but I recognize his face. But also like Edward X. Young and that little guy John Link are in it. And Ron loves Edward X. Young. He's been on our show a couple times.
There's a lot of people in it. I can't wait to see it. I mean, I did some pretty good parts, and I thought they were all fun. So maybe I'll put a bug in her ear. When's it going to be finished?
Yes.
No, Ed Young.
Hey, I want to see it.
Ed Young is a really good actor and a really good friend of mine. I wish he would come out to California and work. I'd like to work with you one day. It'd be fun.
I want to work with you too. Other than the ghost.
No. I could play your father. We both have white hair.
Yeah, you could do that because we both kind of look alike. We have similar features. So
we're gorgeous. We're gorgeous.
Your daughter Leslie, she's so sweet. She wrote "Happy Birthday" to Otis, my dog, yesterday.
Yeah. Well, we're
very nice girl.
We're animal lovers. We love our dog.
Yeah.
This one's right. My pooch is right here. My 7-pounder. Come on, Astro, up.
I've got I've got my little well, I call him a meatball. He's the Boston Terrier right on the floor next to me. Yeah, grab him too.
There's Astro. Hold on. Everybody see Astro? Oh, look, there we go. Astro, what's your dog's name? Roscoe and Astro. Hello.
Yeah, baby. He goes.
So I also saw, and I bring in these specific films up because we know the people that are in them. But then I see Family Property 2, More Blood, and it's got Mel Novak, who we see at every premiere we go to.
I'm waiting for that to be finished. I mean, I have been in contact with the producer there and with Derek Young, and just trying to figure out, when are you going to wrap this thing up? It's been a while, and there's a great cast of people, like you said, Mel Novak and Jeremy.
Lloyd Kaufman is in it, and so is Adam Ginsberg, which we love. Adam Ginsberg
and WWF Mike Halleck. He played Mantar for the WWF wrestling, and so the big crew of wonderful people.
Yeah, so that one should come out too. So were you in Family Property 1 or no? Was there a first one?
No, I was just in 2, and it's funny how that came about. I was going to a Comic-Con for 2 days down there in Hagerstown, Virginia, I believe, or Maryland, or
I think it's Maryland.
Tri-state area. And Joe Nardelli, who was filming Toxic Tutu, needed a ride. He's since passed away, and so I drove him there, and I said, "I'll drive you. You don't need to give me gas money. Just put me in a movie." That's what I was going. He put me in the movie, and a girl wasn't able to film Family Property 2, More Blood, and so I took her role.
There you go.
And I was right there, and I did it, and we filmed, and it was an amazing scene. It was a rape scene, and Mike Halleck played opposite me, and it's funny because we really were like fighting, and I got a big purple ear from it and everything all the way home. I'm like, oh, but that was a wonderful movie, and I'm gonna write to him and see when the heck is it gonna come out.
Now what's going on with the Jane Russell story I did that you put
Those
in
are in That is in international airports. It started in the Denver International Airport. It's still there, along with Hollywood Entertainment News. All those clips I did for that, you can see them in the airports. And with Hollywood Entertainment News, we also have a Hollywood Entertainment News Canada edition now. And those shows are specific for Shell gas stations and Esso gas stations all throughout Canada. And that now we're also producing Hollywood Entertainment News for Asia countries of Asia. There are 48 countries that do Asia there. And so that gives us a big pull, whether it's from China, Japan, it could be, South Korea, India, Russia, and the list, Dubai, all Indonesia, all these places are considered Asian countries. So we got a vast pool to pick from. And the wonderful thing is they're closed caption, and I'm able to do it in their language. So if I do it in, let's say, China, then I could do standard China or traditional China, and I can put the closed caption so they can hear me in English and see it and see English, and then see right underneath it, let's say Chinese. So
love it.
That's fabulous.
Yeah, so we're working real hard, and that's all up and running, and I do a lot of producing for that as well. Yeah.
Good. I would get a kick out of going to
the
the airport.
That's great. Woo!
Well, I would get a kick out of seeing myself at an airport on a television. That would
I
be
did too. People write me all the time, saying, "Hey, I saw you up there." And I also have this thing in the airports called Supernatural News Bullets, and they're like anywhere from 40 seconds to a minute, maybe a little over, talking about different supernatural or paranormal things. They're real quick. So let's say you're charging your phone, or you're doing something by the kiosk where the digital signage screens are. Well, then you'll be able to watch that and hear it, and see it in the closed caption as well. So
great idea. I hope you're making money.
Oh my God! Of course, what you can't do everything for nothing,
Actually, Angela Joseph says Angela says scary paranormal movie. Keep a lookout. That you're outstanding. And everybody else says airport superstar. And Hub Reynolds is there. And I don't know if we actually said hi to him earlier, so we want to give a shout out. What's up, Hub?
Hi.
Hub, I still wear your cowboy hat and get compliments.
Oh, that guy's handsome, by the way.
I tell people, people say to me, "Where'd you get the hat?" And I said, go on his website.
Etsy.
I get his information out. So if anybody wants a beautiful cowboy hat, go to Hub.
There you go. You gotta love it.
I don't have the info for him right now.
I love all of it. So have you met Lloyd Kaufman?
I met very, very briefly, and I'm trying to remember where. I don't. I think he showed up at New Jersey Comic-Con. I did that Comic-Con, and I also filmed Running Away from the Unknown there, and I believe he's in that as well, along with Skippy, who played the mop boy on Toxic Avenger. And this was all about Skippy's life in real life, being an alcoholic and his parents dying and things like that. So,
I think Lloyd Kaufman is hilarious. He's super, super funny, and not very many people make a living, making really shitty movies. He makes a living,
Well, I'm trying to. I'll follow in his footsteps. There you go.
I'll tell you, if Jimmy and I ever work again, it's a miracle. I mean, all we do is talk about how bad these films are.
No, he actually wrote a book on how to make a movie for $50 or something. I mean, he he's the king. Nobody does it better than he does. And his movies are cult, like Toxic Tutu. That's like a cult movie. Everybody's seen it,
Yeah.
Well, I'm happy to say that I'm going to be in Clowney, and I understand that's going to be quite an interesting movie. Clowney is taking it away from the clown crap that they've been doing all these couple of years. I can't disclose the storyline, but it's a very interesting concept. So I'm glad that they're starting to get, I think I influence them a little bit because I tell them, they shouldn't read lines and they should learn to write. I'm going to sneeze. Oh,
Bless you.
What are you,
Bless you.
what are you
Bless
doing
you.
when you sneeze
Bless
on the
you.
air? Thank you, dear. So I think I'm influencing a lot of these producers by saying, listen, we need to get real films here. We need character development. We need better storylines, better understanding. Just chopping people up in blood is not the answer. Give
Yeah.
them something, give them something other than that. And I think, that's what my movie's going to be.
So hold on. So KO, so you've been working a lot. Your IMDb's got great credits on it.
Yes.
Let's say I've never asked you this because we don't ever consider you really the actress. You're really like the queen
I
of the
think
paranormal.
she's more of an actress now than paranormal.
But I think that you've got tons of credits now. So we'll ask you the question we always ask the full-time actor people. Bucket list. Who's like a male and female actor you would love to work with? Number one. And then number two, if you could have ever been in any movie that's ever been made, what movie would you like to have been in?
Interesting. I've done a lot of extra work, stuff like that, uncredited, not credit, and credited. Uncredited does not mean not paid, and people make that misconception. Who do I want to work with? Oh, I would like to work with Sophia Loren. I really would.
Me too. I worked with her.
Beautiful, and she's very smart, and she just has such a good spirit about her that I feel we would make a good team working together on set. We'd get along, and I really admire her. So I would like to work with her. And what
back in 19 why are we having echo? 1969, I was in a movie with Sophia and Tab Hunter. And being a kid in love with Sophia at 19, I, of course, broke the rank, which you're not supposed to do. And I went and sat in George Sanders' chair on the side of the set and began speaking with her in Italian. And she started to laugh. She said, "Your Italian is as bad as my English." And then we became friendly on the set. I was in Central Park with her in Grand Central Station in all those shots. And I kept talking to her whenever it was lunchtime. And let me tell you something. She's probably one of the most down-to-earth, charming women. And yes, you can work with her easily. But when it comes time to work, she doesn't like to be disturbed. If she has a scene where she's going to cry or something, she really goes off in a corner by herself, becomes that what she's got to do. And she doesn't care for people breaking it. So you learn that when you work with her. But she's beautiful.
We want to welcome Big Mike joined us too. Big Mike on the mic. So what's up, Mike? And so wait, go back. So okay, so what? That's a female. We need a male. And then what movie would you have liked to have been in?
Oh, I would, and I know this is silly. I would have loved to have been in The Wizard of Oz.
Oh, that's cute.
I just would, because I'm so in love with Judy Garland, and especially her really old movies. And I just, The Wizard of Oz. I wanted to be the good witch.
Oh, Glinda.
Glinda. Good Witch Glinda. That was played by what's her name?
We see her in movies all the time because we watch Turner Classic Movies.
She was married to Ziegfeld of the Ziegfeld Follies. I forgot her name. Anyway, yeah, she was fun. That would have been. You would have been good as the Good Witch.
Okay, so who's a guy then that you want to? What guy do you want to work with?
Oh, a guy now? Oh, that's interesting. Can it be like a sitcom kind of thing?
Anybody.
It could be any. Well, there should be a movie though. Well, okay, you can pick a TV show too.
Mo from the Three Stooges. No, not Mo. Jerome, his brother Curly. So Jerome Lester Horowitz. I would love to, be in the Three Stooges with them. That's what I would like to do. And as far as the movie goes, I would have loved to have been in Eddie and the Cruisers. I would.
Oh.
Yes.
That's Michael Pere's movie, right?
Yes, it is.
Michael's movie.
I think I've watched it 100 times, and I'm still such a groupie over him. Like I'll be
Perot, not Perez.
at him and everything.
Perez.
No, I didn't.
Jimmy said Perez.
No, I didn't. I said Pere. Michael Pere is his name.
Perot.
I thought
It's
it was
not Perot.
Perry.
His name is
Michael
spelled.
Perry.
It's
No.
P-A-R-E.
Well, if you speak French, it's Perot.
It's Pare, is how you pronounce it. I
We'll
Googled
argue
it.
it out.
Okay.
When we see him, we'll ask.
They're saying yes to Curly.
Ask
Well,
him.
they're saying yes to Curly. They like that. Teresa Sabin.
Yeah.
Teresa
Yeah,
Sabin's
yeah.
like typing like a mad woman. Say hi to Teresa. She's like typing like a mad
Teresa,
woman.
how are you? You know, Curly, let's call him by that. He was an animal lover, and he had his pets on the Three Stooges. And whatever town they would go to, he would gather up all the strays and feed them and find them good homes and things like that. So he was an animal lover way back then. And his brother Shemp there, Samuel Horowitz, was afraid of everything and afraid of dogs. He used to carry a big stick and he'd try to whack them away. But he had a dog that he honestly loved. And it was a collie he had. And he loved that dog. And that was the only thing that he liked as far as animals. A lot of people don't know that. HollywoodEntertainmentNews.com. Click on the show and you'll learn a lot of fun facts about Hollywood greats and up and coming stars and everything.
I don't trust people that don't like animals. I find people that have nothing to do with animals to be very damaged sometime in their life.
Interesting.
Because, notice that they have fears or problems. People that hug dogs and love elephants and stuff, they're very giving people. They open up more. I find in my 90,000 years of life that people that don't like animals, I back away from. I just say,
They agree with you in the chat room.
How could you not love this little 7-pound baby I have on my lap?
Oh,
I mean, when Eileen
dog fell
Shapiro,
backwards is gone.
when Eileen Shapiro was our house guest, she fell in love with Astro, and now she's got Pee-wee, her little dog, and I was on her son's
It's
show.
not Pee-wee though.
They call him Pee-wee.
No, her name's like Fiona.
Oh, Fiona. And when I was on her son's show, that 13-year-old genius was a riot.
Yeah.
The dog made a poop right on the bed. So there's Eileen picking up shit on the show. It's so funny. Everybody should watch that Gabe show.
It's Good Times with Gabe on
Good Time
YouTube.
with Gabe. I wore a Howdy Doody shirt. He thought I was a retard.
He's 12 and he's 12. He's a 12-year-old body going on like 50.
and I'm singing to him, "It's Howdy Doody time," and he just sat there with a shocked look on his face that I was singing "It's Howdy Doody time."
Angela says she's got 5 dogs, 2 bunnies, 1 hamster, 2 guinea pigs, and 3 raccoons that visit in her backyard.
Whoa, that's a lot. You're busy all day, girl.
Well, at that and dropping eggs too. That's a lot of work.
Yeah.
We've got 3 dogs, and it's a lot of work.
3 dogs, a lot of work.
I do too. 3 dogs, lots of work.
What, you have 3? What are the other 2?
I have a Neapolitan Mastiff Lab mix. I've got a purebred Australian Shepherd, and then I have the Boston Terrier.
Those are big dogs. Those other 2.
Those other 2 are 80 pounds and 70 pounds, and then this little one, he weighs like 28 pounds, I think. He's like a little meatball. I mean, he's just like that. So, and they're all cute animals. We rescued them.
Yeah, ours are all rescues
We
too.
rescued our big guy, and he's 134-pound Brazilian Fila Mastiff.
Ooh, that's a
he's a big
dog.
guy. Well, he's got a head on him like he's huge, and he wants to eat people.
Yeah, he only likes us.
He's wonderful with the family. But if you ever came to our house, we have to put him in the garage or something. He will attack you.
Big Mike says he has a blue healer. I don't know what that is. He says he loves Aussies. Aussies are great. I have a blue healer. I don't know what a blue healer
I've
is.
never heard of a blue healer. I've heard of blue balls, but never a blue healer.
Oh, and Cambria says she has 2 dachshunds, 1 mini, and 1 standard. That's what Eileen got. Eileen got a dachshund.
It's little dachshund, yeah.
All of our dogs are rescues, and you won't get love too easily in life. But if you rescue an animal, you'll get tons of love easily.
Backpack John, who'd never heard of a glory hole until he started listening to our show. He says he's got a cattle dog. I think Teresa Sabin has a hound dog. If you guys want to know what a glory hole is, go to queenoftheparanormal.com and buy the comic book.
Okay, I didn't know what a glory hole was. I didn't even know what the heck he was talking about. On the glory hole, I'm thinking like, what the hell is that?
But the guy I was saying it to was gay, so he knew.
Yeah, he knew what
What's
it
his
was.
name? What's his
true.
name?
Ricky Rebel.
Ricky Rebel. Ricky Rebel's gay, and he knew. And he started to laugh when I said, "Oh, look, they even have a glory hole, a hole in the wall." That's what in men's room, and I understand in ladies' rooms also, they put holes in the wall between the booths, and they pass objects through of themselves, and that's how they have sex. It's a little demented, because my thought is, if you stick your penis through a glory hole and the guy on the other side has a cleaver and he chops it off, now you're a woman. So I mean, I think you're crazy.
Backpack John's laughing. Hub Reynolds wrote, "Laughing my country ass off."
So I think if you're a crazy enough guy to put your penis through a hole in the wall for a BJ, be careful they don't light it on fire or do weird shit to it.
That's right. Or bite it, like so right. you get some kind of like Lorena Bobbitt. Somebody bites.
Respect your penis; it will respect you back. It will respect you back. Meanwhile, Cardoshula here, whatever her name, I hate your name. I'm going to get your mother one day and smack her. Why did she name you such a weird name?
It's not weird. You just have trouble.
I wrote
with it.
about it on Facebook. I had to go all over looking for how to spell it. I mean, she knows I have a hard time with it. But anyway,
I grew up in a Polish household.
Yeah, but leave it to Polish.
And we also have a Russian in us as well, and Lithuanian, and Abenaki from Newport, Vermont. So I'm a big mix of things, but because of my mother's mother mainly raised us and stuff, so it was more Polish, and that was what they call me, like Koroka is short for Karosha, and translated it's Carolyn or Carolyn Ann or Carol. But nobody.
They say just call her KO. They say just call her KO.
KO, KC.
No, I call her KC. But today when Facebook I wrote about you, I had to say your name. Meanwhile,
hang on.
I want to say something. I think if I had an award to give away of the most beautiful breasts, I would probably give them to you. You have the most beautiful breasts of anyone on Facebook, and they're real. They're real. That's what makes them so beautiful.
Yes, they are. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I'm afraid of needles. I can't have like things stuck in my. I can't do it. I'm afraid. Maybe someday.
So hang on. I gotta go back to the glory hole thing. Big Mike says that they taught him to watch out for the glory holes in truck driving school. And Hub Reynolds says no glory hole for him. A watermelon is a lot safer. And then he wrote, "Laughing my country ass off." So you never know.
Watermelon. Wow.
The country boys do that. They screw watermelons. They really do.
Well, you remember American Pie? He screwed the apple pie, and he gets caught by the dad. And the dad is the guy from Schitt's Creek, Eugene Levy. He's hilarious. One of the funniest guys on the planet. Right. I love that.
It's a sick world.
So you guys can follow Kadrolsha too. She's at Queen of the Para on Twitter. And then she's queenoftheparanormal.com. Who are you on Instagram? And because you have a couple Instagrams.
Well, Queen of the Paranormal on Instagram. I want to do TikTok, but there's some jerk ass girl that took my name, and I've been sending TikTok.
Oh, come on, nobody's got you on there.
My everything, and they still haven't gotten rid of her yet. So
her name is Kadroshula?
No, Queen of the Aporia.
They use Queen of the Paranormal.
You
can't use that. I own the trademark, and I've been saying
you should. Otherwise, you could be the Queen of the Paranormal, and you guys want to go and check out.
If she has the copyright, she's got to cease and desist.
Yeah, you got to get rid of that bitch.
I've tried everything. I've sent her a cease and desist. I sent
Sue.
They don't give two crap. No one cares, So,
Lady Lake just put a bunch of watermelon pictured little things up in the chat room. Reynolds says, Hub says, "I'm sorry, this show has ruined me." That's okay. Just go to the grocery store and get a watermelon.
Wait
You'll
a
be
minute.
fine.
Wait a minute. Go back to who went to.
Oh, Mike Wagner's in the chat room
Wait.
too. Hey, Mike.
Go back.
Hey, Mike.
Go back to who said they went to truck driving school.
That's Big Mike on the mic.
And they warned them about a glory hole.
Yeah, you have to be careful of the glory holes because all truck drivers, they're driving all night long. They go into the bathrooms and get blown all the time.
Are you kidding?
No.
How do you know so much about that?
I just know. Mike Wagner from the Mike Wagner Show has joined us, you guys. We only have 2 minutes left, but everybody said they had a good time, so we're happy that everybody joined us today. Can tag and get it handled. KO. Oh, everybody's saying hi to Mike Wagner now too. So you guys follow Kadrosha on all her social media. She's got all kinds of cool things. If you go to queenoftheparanormal.com, you can see all kinds of cool things. Our chat room, we have the coolest chat room on the planet. So I want to thank everybody who joins us every week in the chat room. And if I ever forget you and don't mention you, please say something because we want to include everybody who's supporting the show. Everybody said they had a great time today.
Ursula, I can't wait to see you in May.
I can't wait to see you in May too.
A big hug and a kiss because you're a sweetie pie.
And
folks out there, she's one of the nicest people you ever want to know.
Absolutely. And genuinely nice, not like fake nice.
She's like an up country girl. She's not a big city person. She's from, where the fuck? You're from Maine or something? Vermont, someplace?
No.
Connecticut.
I'm from Alaska. What are you talking about?
But where do you live?
Oh, I live in New Hampshire.
Okay.
Mid state, yeah. So I'm Massachusetts, Rhode Island, 4.5 hours or so from New York, but Long Island about 6 hours. So.
Oh, well, we're gonna have to work on that.
It doesn't matter. I'm getting in the car and coming out.
We got like a half a minute left. I want to thank Angela Joseph and Cindy Lady Lake from Lady Lake Music for putting out all the promos. I know that helps bring a lot of people into the chat room. So thank you guys so much. And we want to thank our guest today, Kadrosha Ona Carole, Queen of the Paranormal, and Stacy Toy. We want to thank Rebel for hosting the show for us. We want to thank everybody in the chat room, and we'll see you guys, everybody, next week. So thanks, everybody.
Show. Thank you for a good show, guys.
Thanks, Kadrosha. Love you. We'll see you soon. Bye.
Love both of you.
Kisses.
Bye.
Kisses.
Bye, everybody in the chat room. Thank you so much. Bye. Can try not to be so wrong.
Yeah, we in the mix. Yeah, we in the mix. It's another episode. Here we go. The Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. Interviewing the hottest, newest, and truest of today's celebrities. Make sure to subscribe so you can get notified weekly. Jimmy Star, he's the king of cool. Ron Russell, he's a gorgeous dude. Chat room is live and you would be a fool not to vibe with us at the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. Come watch it live on W4CY Radio. Miss some past episodes? Download on iTunes. The Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. It's the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell.
Thank you.
Cool. She didn't say